Here we go. Let me know when you're ready. Alright, so what we're gonna do, just rotate that. So the first thing I want to do, I got to divide this into 2 even panels, right? So we're gonna make a new artboard just so we know we have exactly what we need around that artwork. It's 106 by 106. I'm going to draw a box, 106, 106. I'm going to center that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 2. I'm going to copy, paste in place. I'm going to send one to the right, or one to the left. I'm going to send one to the right.
Paste in place is Command F, right?
Yeah, Command C, Command F. So now these are exact. You want everything to be exact when you're doing this. So like when you start like creating artboards from an artboard from the actual artwork itself, now you got everything centered. Everything's aligned the way it's supposed to be. So for the artboards, I'm gonna make them, give it a little bit breathing room, top and bottom, just to make sure we're not like clipping off like the, you know, you get like this little flat spot on the circle. And I'm also gonna do this the same with the width. I'm gonna add 2. And our overlap is going to be a 1/2 and a 1/2 or a 1-inch overlap right now. So right now we have a 2-inch overlap in the middle. We're going to cut that back, but we need like the bleed, and we'll take care of that a little bit later. So and right now we're just creating artboards. Artboard 1, we're going to delete this one now. There's artboard 2, and we have the overlap. We want to get these divided into 2 even pieces. Layers, and I always save these things in case you need them. A little bit later, put them on another layer, turn it off. What I'm going to do, we're going to flip this. Where is, there we go. We want to flip this now. So when you do like the acrylic, you don't want to flip it because when we go to cut it, we're going to cut it from the first surface. You know, we're looking through the acrylic. But something like this, we're just going to be cutting it from the back. We need to flip it before Gustavo gets it. And if you do like your cut marks for the SUMMA and then Gustavo gets it, and he flips it, that could fuck you up. Okay. There is like a way to do it, but it starts becoming a little bit complicated. All right, so I'm going to paste this in place. I'm going to make a copy. Click on the white. I'm going to go select same fill color. I want to delete that. So what we want to do is we want to make our cut file. So when we make this cut file, we want to make sure we have a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch overlap. I'm going to copy this twice. We'll just call this one right. We're going to call this one left. And we could use these dudes again. I'm going to grab this, the direct selection. I'm going to lock it on the right side, and I'm going to subtract a 1/2 inch, minus 0.5. This one, I'm going to lock it on the left side. You have to have the direct selection tool, minus 0.5. Now we have an inch here. Let's go in preview mode just to take a look at what we have going on. All right, that's about 1 inch. That's good to go. All right, got this guy and this guy. So this one, let's drag down to our right. This one, we're going to drag down to our left. Let's work on one at a time here, and we'll change different colors just so when you chop it up, you can see what's what here.
Chris, I'll have to slip sheet every one of them, right?
No. Stack them on top of one another and just roll them up. We're going to go to Pathfinders. We're going to slice this guy up. We're going to delete that right side. We're going to delete the outside of the left there. Turn that one off. We're going to go to the right. We got 2 different colors. Slice it up. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. So now we have the 2 circles with our overlap, and these will be our cut files.
Okay.
If I turn that off, now we have our 1 inch overlap.
Cool. And that has the offset on the right-hand side, or is it exact, like dimensions of the circle?
No, so this is exact amount. This is
Okay.
106. If I'm going to group these two together, I got 106 by 106.
Okay.
The only thing I'm really doing is I'm adding the overlap there,
Gotcha.
which shouldn't disturb anything.
All right, that makes sense.
Now next, what we want to do is we just need to put bleed on this. So that is, where's our swatches at? Go select all unused. I'll delete that. I'm gonna make a new color just so when I put my stroke on there, I know I have the right thing. All right, get up there, swatches. This thing will do like 20 points, 40, 50. I got my left, I have the bleed, I have the overlap, and my artboard, I made my artboard like a ½ inch bigger, so that's my bleed as well.
Gotcha.
When I did the 1 inch, and now I have a half, because I knew I was going to do a ½ inch, like kind of overlap sort of deal, a half and half to make one.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, so at this point,
Yeah.
I'm going to save this guy. We're going to do, who's this? This is artboard 1, this is artboard 2. I'm going to save this as a PDF. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to call this left. High quality. Pages. Oh, that was different. So we're going to do the PDF. I just want to save page. I forgot where the heck the page thing was. We're going to save page 1. Just did it right there, right? This one's called left. Let's click the one on the desktop, get the same name, and replace it. Save, replace. Doing high quality print. Good to go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the left off.
Okay.
Turn on the right. I'm going to save page 2. PDF, page range 2. This is going to be called right.
Do we need to add OPOS 1 XY benchmarks?
Yeah.
Now
We're gonna do that next.
Okay.
Once we get these two in line, because we want to have like one file with the marks and everything else in there.
This also was the OG file, so I don't think it has the papaya color updated.
Okay. Let me get that done.
So pretty sure, yeah.
This is called outdoor.
Outdoor link. Yeah, that one.
All right, cool. If you see something, say something. There it is. All right, cool. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy. I'll put that in the next one I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But we'll fix this in case we do go back to reference something. Where are you? Do that. So was this 9096? Yeah, that was.
It was the same.
It was different.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Swatches. Papaya, then we want the stroke. And make this 50. Alright, we're going to see if this is Rocco. Don't need that. Okay, so I got my two PDFs now. I have the bleed, I have the overlap, the artboards are a little bit bigger. We do have to change the colors. We're going to make a new Illustrator doc. We're going to make it a 60 by 110. Start there. So bring the two of these in. Center, top to this is right. This is left. Get them one at a time, and there's a couple ways you could do this. I think that other one that we did, you could try flattening transparency, or you could just try dividing right away.
Okay.
Let me see what this does. Got the object, flatten transparency, 100% vector. All this is going to be off. Preserve over prints and spot colors. Command Y. So you can see we still have that circle there.
Mhm.
That's only got what we need. We're going to try to cut this up and see. See how it's going now?
Yep.
Just that divide. We lost our bleed as well because we didn't convert strokes to outlines.
Okay.
We don't want that. It's like gone. Everything is gone behind it. All right, so we're going back. This time we're going to embed it. It didn't work that time. So we're going to embed it this time. Try the same thing and see if it holds the information under. No, it's not. All right, we're going to try something else. Embed. Let's clipping mask. We're going to release it. Clipping mask. Release again. So there's our piece. Now we can ungroup it. So now it's holding the information from the back. So, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But that's kind of like the 3 steps. You want to flatten transparency, then you want to embed it, and then you try to chop it up right away. If you can't, then you got to start releasing clipping masks. So you're left a little bit of information, but everything you need is here.
Gotcha.
So this is going to be our right. We're going to call this right cut. We're going to drag up there, and we're going to draw a white box just to cover this up. Now we got our right cut. So we got the right cut, then we got our right bleed. This one, yeah, this has the bleed around the edge. And we do have to change that papaya color. Where are you? There's 2 fill colors. What's going on here? Object unlock all. Select same fill color. So now we're getting, I converted the stroke to outlines there.
Okay.
It was actually pretty close. Blank. Brushwork. All right, so that is the right. Now we're going to do the left. We're going to do the same thing. Let me go up to object flatten transparency. I'm going to convert strokes to outlines. Go up to object clipping mask release. Do it again. Object clipping mask release. There it is. All right, so this is going to be left cut. Left cut. Turn that off. We have our bleed on there. Swatches. Select all unused. Call the other one papaya. Select same fill colors. You want to get the bleed. Papaya. Now we're going to draw a white box. Turn the black off. All right, so that's our left cut. That's our print with the bleed. That's our right cut with the bleed. Now we're going to put the marks on there.
That white box you added, that's just like behind
That's
the
just
print layer, which is why it's separating. Like you know the widths of these, right? Of
that doesn't really, as long as you have something showing, it doesn't really matter.
All right, cool.
I just wanted to make sure there was something in there showing. And for this, to get rid of all the nonsense, we're going to turn all that, anything that goes past the artboards, it's going to do the SUMMA marks around.
Okay.
So I'm turning the other two off. I just want to have these, the two cut files on there because they're nice and clean. File SUMMA, add OPOS. All right, that's all good to go. Material is 60 inches. We're going to make it like 59 and a half. And we're going to add another 4 inches. All right. And we got some breathing room for the marks there. A little bit more. Make sure our cut's still good to go. Oh, there's plenty. All right, so just get a little bit of room there so we can see the marks well. Same deal with this.
Gotcha.
All right. So this is going to be our lift. Oh, we got to do the white ink as well. Yes, this is where it gets a little complicated. So what we'll do is we'll get these two. We're going to copy these. Call this right white. If you really want, you could just draw like a box of white there kind of deal too.
Oh, okay.
But all I'm going to do is we already have bleed on there. So I'm going to make bleed the exact, I'm just going to copy that cut file. And we're going to make the bleed the same size basically. We'll put a little white stroke around it.
So if you're CAD cutting a color like color, it doesn't necessarily have to have a trap of.
No, because you're cutting it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of copy the bleed. I'm going to do a 50-point stroke like the color. White ink, spot color. Okay. Doing that. And we're also going to do stroke is going to be like 50 points. Swatches, white ink. Do a little less. We don't need all that. 30. Object, path, outline, stroke. I'm going to duplicate this. Left white. Stroke, do this like 30. That's white ink as well. Object, path, outline, stroke. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we overprint fill all these because of the white ink. It's super important. Where are you? Attributes or more, that is. So we're going to overprint fill. I'm going to turn on these two. And we can see through them, so we're all good to go there.
What exactly does overprint fill mean? I know
It saves the information that's under it instead of knocking it out.
Okay.
It'll save the information for separation. Typically, like if you're doing separations for screen printing or something like that.
Okay.
And in this case, the RIP's smart enough to know that there's information under there because you did an overprint fill.
Yeah.
Let's just turn this all off. I need left and I need left white. And if we do our left cut, I'm going to get that on top. Our left cut, so the white, it doesn't match up exactly, but there's enough information there where when we cut this thing, we're going to have a nice clean looking graphic. So I got my left. And I'm going to copy over what I did. So I call that left. replace, high quality print. That off, we need right white. And we're also going to double check our cut, make sure that looks it's actually smaller. Yeah, oh, good to go. And that cut off. Desktop, call that. I'm going to name it, you just click on the thing, it'll name it the same thing, you replace it.
Cool. You can do that more.
Save this. I do not need this. Illustrator likes to actually, if you want to save this like 10 times here. I do want you to, I'm going to throw this in there.
Yeah. It's a.
But I want you to do it like from the beginning.
Okay.
This has got to ship tomorrow, so it's better you get the,
yeah.
You understand how to do this. This is Rocco Files.
Yeah, is it cool if we just print that and then I'll recreate that on right
Yeah,
now?
we could. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Get Gustavo going. This
Yeah,
is
we're approved.
me. This is the production. This is the OG.